God damn it.
What the fuck?
Oh! Holy shit! Truck's unlocked right now. And if I go and I manually unlock this from the inside, I can open it all day long. But when I unlock the truck, now it's locked. This clicker isn't the best. All right, now it's unlocked, right? This lock doesn't pop up. So, probably something minor I could probably fix without buying any new parts, but if I have to, I will. In a minute, I'm gonna pull off that door panel and see what's going on, because watch. Now it's open. No problem. So I'm gonna take a look at that. All right, to take this door panel off, if I remember correctly, these two screws, you pop this plastic thing out, and there's something else in here, I think, or something, and then you just lift up, I think. Now it's time to see why this lock is not popping up when it should. Looks like it's not popping up like it should. All right, so I figured out the problem. There's supposed to be a spring that goes, I don't know if you guys can see shit. Okay, there you go. So here's the lock cylinder, right? You put your key on the outside. There's supposed to be a spring that hooks on here and then hooks on to the shaft that this lock is connected to. So when you turn the key or press the power lock, it's supposed to help push it up. Well, the spring is missing. Where was that spring? It is in here somehow. And that's what's causing this thing to be so hard to open too. Here comes the culprit. And there it is. Going to the junkyard, and there's going to be a bunch of Explorers with missing door panels and good springs that are the exact fit right in them. So that's where I'll get the spring, get the exact right one. Well, I'm here at the junkyard looking for the spring. And is this a damn shame or what? We got a 96, I think, Explorer here. 68,000 on the clock. What a shame. No spring here. Okay, we got a 98 here. No spring as well. This one's totally fucked. I checked this one a minute ago. It's got the spring I need. Didn't even fucking believe it when I saw it. There it is. I gotta get it out of there carefully. Well, it's odd because it doesn't look like the spring that I pulled out of the Explorer, but it was doing the same function. It was hooked onto the bottom of the door lock and it was kind of hanging on the mechanism. So maybe that's where it's supposed to go and not into the side of the lock cylinder. It seemed like a stretch, but I got a spring. So I put the spring in. Let me see if I can, the sun is fucking right where I'm working. You can see it goes in the bottom of that and then it hooks onto the lock cylinder, the little bracket there. So this might not be my final placement for it. I gotta make sure it's gonna stay there, but it feels pretty secure. I haven't tested it yet, so this is the moment of truth. See, unlocked, it opens. Okay, it's locked. It works. That's awesome. So it works. So the spring is supposed to be there. And again, I don't know if this is something that maybe somebody put in down the road and it fell out or what, or if there was a spring there from the factory, because we did find the spring, if you remember, in the door of an Explorer. But every other one I checked at the junkyard, it wasn't there, but a lot of them were missing the mechanism here, so maybe they were taken out already. Put a spring right there, you attach it to the bracket of the lock cylinder, and you attach it to the bottom of this pole. Not the actual lock one, which is weird. You attach it to that, and that does it. Don't ask me why. Maybe this thing was falling down before, that's why the lock wouldn't come back up. I don't know, but it works now. I mean, look, we just did it like 12 times in a row. Because you remember before, the lock wouldn't pop back up when I unlocked the door. Let's try it with the key. It works. So, okay. If it's working, it's working. That seems to be the fix. I'm not going to question. I'm going to button this door back up because I got someone who wants to see this truck soon. Alright, you can see the door panels back on, nice and snug. So nice and tight. You can see we're unlocked right now. Go ahead and lock it. And then, fuck. Working perfectly.